Okay, the horizon line is the line that separates Earth from sky, and I'm just going to label that as HL. This dot here is going to be the vanishing point. And the vanishing point is important because it's the dot that guides all of our lines to vanish or disappear or go to. So all our lines must converge here. If you do not draw your lines to the vanishing point, you're going to run into a lot of troubleshooting and a lot of issues. So this is the graphic system that is called or known as one-point perspective. And this is how you use it. So you kind of have to visualize a bunch of these lines radiating out. Okay, so all your lines must converge, and it's going to the vanishing point. Okay, so every time we start, we always start off with a flat shape. And I'm just going to draw a square. Once you have your flat shape, you want to take the corners to the vanishing point. Once your corners are taken to the vanishing point, then you cut it off so that it doesn't go on forever. So I'll cut it off around here. Okay. I did not take this corner because these sides here overlap this side over here on the other side, so you don't see it. Okay, if you want to draw a block or a building behind this one, then you draw behind it. So whatever is in front covers up or overlaps whatever is in behind or in the back. Okay, so this one's in front, so it should cover up this one. Just like we don't see the corner of this building here because this one's in front, we don't see behind that one. Same thing. You got your flat shapes. Now you take your corner, line it up to the vanishing point. Cut it down. Bring it all the way down there. So what you should notice is down here, the corners point upwards towards the vanishing point. As you go past the horizon line, which is here, once you pass that, you start to angle back down, just like how these guidelines help show us where we should go. So what if you drew a skyscraper way back over here? Okay. The corner would go, it would go all the way back towards this dot here, but I'm not going to draw it that far. I'm going to cut it off about here. Okay. So that's how you overlap. Okay, maybe you've got a building here. Sometimes you can't go anymore because you've already drawn this one and you might not want to overlap it. So you got to change strategies and you got to draw it this way. You're still lining up to the dot, but your lines are going away from it. So we have this side and then we have the top, which is here. I'm recording. Sorry, guys. I caught all your swear words and everything. It's too late to edit it out now. Okay, so I've got buildings on this side. Now I want to show you guys what buildings might look like for your project. on this side, okay? So all of my lines that go to the vanishing point, I'm just going to highlight in red so you can see. Alright, now I'm going to demonstrate what buildings look like. So the flat shapes on this side go to the right because that's where the dot is. But if we draw over to the right side, then our buildings want to point back towards the left side because the dot's in the center here. So you're just going to do the opposite. Okay, I'm going to draw some flat shapes. And then you just want to ignore that piece of tape up here at the top because I'm trying to keep my paper in frame here. So take your corners to the vanishing point, and then you want to cut parallel. See how this line goes down? So you want to go down. This line goes straight across, so you want to go straight across. Okay. If you want to draw another building behind it, okay, and then you can draw across this way. And then you want to take the corners to the vanishing point and then cut them off. Right. And you can continue doing that as much as you want, as long as you take it to the vanishing point. And then once you get the idea, you get to the point where you really don't need a ruler. You can just start freestyling it, okay? And that's how you overlap and put blocks in front, blocks behind. Overlapping happens when the blocks in front cover up the blocks behind. And as you move further back, things should be getting smaller generally, and they should always be slanting or pointing towards this centralized dot. And we can get more complex and move this dot over to the right or over to the left or over to the right, but I'm just keeping it simple and putting it in the middle, and then later on you guys can adjust that as you get better and better.